Hey guys, how's it going? Now, today we're back on another bush, fish and cook adventure. We'll be fishing again today with worms and a float, but big difference today, I've actually brought a few lures along to try out as well. So we'll be moving spots quite a few times today, trying out a few different things. Gonna aim for some bass, trout, carp, herring, anything basically that's gonna be about. Now, we'll go ahead, cast these worms out. Okay, so as I said, we'll be swapping out techniques a few times today. Try to float for a little bit, no luck. We're gonna swap to worms on the bottom for a little bit. And then we might move downstream a little bit towards the rapids. Maybe try the float out again, try a few lures. Just gonna mix it up a little bit today. Okay, I've just had a bite on this rod. Oh, he's on. There you go. What is it? A little bass, I think. Yep. Not a bad little fish anyway. Good way to start the day. I've only been here for maybe 20 minutes so far. And there we go. First fish of the day. It looks like he may have swallowed the hook down a little bit here. Let's go ahead and watch them spines. Hopefully we can get this guy off. Oh, he swallowed the hook down quite a bit. I'll just switch the camera off. I'll try and get him off. I think we managed to save him. He's biting on my thumb, so hopefully he's going to swim away. Come on, mate. There we go. Off to live another day. So far, one giant stickfish and one bass. Not a bad stickfish, pretty big. Okay, we got the lure back, so that's a bonus. Well, it was really only just stuck on there. All right, I'll go ahead, change the lure out. We'll try something else for a bit. Okay, so I've just seen a few carp hanging around in this weedy area, so I've gone and put a few hooks on a running sinker rig. I'm gonna cast that out. See if we can maybe get ourselves a carp today as well. I haven't even had time to set up the camera, and the rod went crazy, but I think we've lost it, unfortunately. The rod almost ripped itself straight out of the ground. Still going to check if the fish is there. It might be. No, the line's still pulling, the fish is still on. Hopefully we don't lose it while I'm setting up this camera. Okay, it's still there. Not sure if it's a carp or what it is. There's another bass. Strange to get so many bass off the bottom. Oh, there you go. Another bass. Go ahead and chuck him straight back. There you go. So even the bass are eating worms on the bottom today. Okay, Tassie Devil's on. Just gonna cast it out into them rapids. Cut it back through there a few times. If I don't have any luck with the Tassie Devil, we'll be swapping over back to the worms. Okay, so I got 2 rods out, both worms. Now, basically, I was here filming a second video, hasn't gone to plan. May actually take a few months to get that video together. So there'll be a few trips out to a few different locations actually to film for that one. Right now, got 2 small hooks on a very small float over in the rapids, trying to get myself a nice herring. I've actually looked up the rules and we can use them as a live bait. I heard friends using them a long time ago, getting some nice bass on live herring. I wasn't sure if we could definitely use them as bait, so I've gone ahead and looked up the rules. We are allowed to use them for bait, so if I can get a nice herring, the idea is to put him on for live bait and see if we can get a nice bass. I'm not sure if the herring will be hanging around yet. They seem to always hang around the same time of the day as it gets late afternoon. Sometimes you get the odd one early hours, but we'll just have to see how we go. I think I may have just had a bite. No. That was. That was. Yeah, there's definitely some herring hanging around. Good. All right, we'll try and get a small herring. And if we can get a nice small herring, we'll put that on for live bait on the big rod and see if something wants to eat it. There we go, we're on. Is it what I want? Or is it gonna be a small bass, I think, actually? Oh, almost went straight in my other line. No, it's exactly what I wanted. A little bit big, maybe. I think we'll give him a go anyway. So that there is a herring. And that will make a great live bait for a really, really big bass if there's one about. Okay, so I just quickly rigged up that live bait. Got the herring here. I'm gonna get him out there somewhere in the middle. Hopefully he keeps swimming around like a injured fish is the idea. Okay, he's definitely moving, so that's a good sign. All right, anything hits that, we'll be straight onto the camera with that one. Okay, rebaited, ready to go. See what else we can find hiding about in these rapids. Seems to actually be quite a few herring around nice and early this morning. My other rod is on. The one that I had the live bait on, guys. Jesus. I actually did not expect to have something on that quick. There's definitely a fish. Don't know what, oh. I think we just pulled the bait off. Bugger. Okay, something was eating that, 100%. I turned back. I thought the rod's gone for. Managed to stop it just in time. Gee, I did not expect to get something that quick. The fish now looks like he's dead. Can't even see where anything's bitten him. Oh yeah, look at the chunks out of the side of him. Wow. Oh, he's not that alive anymore, but I'll go ahead and cast him back out anyway. Hopefully we can get another herring. A little bit smaller, a bit more lively maybe. See how we go. Just putting a little bit of worm on each hook, because these hooks are very small. So you actually only need really tiny bits of bait. As you've seen, herring have very small mouths, so catch them can actually be a little bit hard. The live bait, or dead bait now, is actually floating back this way, unfortunately, so I'll have to go ahead and cast that back out in a minute. Just had another bite already. These herring are quick. I didn't get the bait. my other line has really come across and got in the way now, so I'll walk back and recast that one out. Rod, Jesus. Something took this real hard and quick. Is there something there? Oh wow, guys, have a go at this. Holy crap. I don't know if he's tangled in something or what. Wow, guys. Jesus. Holy crap. That is the biggest eel I've ever caught. Wow. Okay, so it might not be the longest eel I've ever caught. Just try and get him out a bit straighter. If we can. I never like to sit straight, the good old eels. This guy, the reason I've left him out of the water, don't stress, he's coming home. Not for me. Another one for my pop. This guy's easily close to a metre. Got the tape out there, he's 900 long. Guys, I've just put out another full herring and something is already attacking it again. Look, here goes the rod. Here we go. It's going to be on. I think we'll go ahead and set the hook into that. Nah, give it a minute. Just dropped it. Oh, he's still there. I can feel it. Still there. Still there. Try and get that hook down. Let him get that fish down his throat a little bit. And I'll tighten up on him. I'll see if we can get him. No, he's let go of the bait. Oh no, he hasn't. He's just woken up. Here we go. Another eel. Not a bad one. They seem to love these herring. They must sit there all day just waiting to eat them. Not so much of a monster in comparison to the last one, but I'll tell you what, still a good eel. He's still got the fish in his mouth, guys. Wow, he's having a bit of a go. A bit more lively than that big bloke that we just got in a minute ago. He was nearly dead. I don't know what was going on with that big one. Nothing like this guy. What I'll do, because I'm going to take the big one home, I'll just compare the sizes of these two guys. I'll let this guy go, the smaller one, I think. But just have a go at the size of these two. Just shows how much of a monster that first one is. Anyway, they seem to be loving the full herring. If you want to get some good eels, that's a bit of a tip there. Get yourself some herring first, and then go out and try and get some eels. Hey, you're never going to believe this, guys. Wait up, I'll take you back down to the water, this eel. I'll just show you something. He's actually spat the herring. Can we pick it up? Hopefully we can pick that up. Just in the water there, he's actually just spat the herring right there. He's done well. We've got the hook right where it should be. I'll go ahead and see. They're hard to get off, these eels, and I don't want to get bitten. I've been bitten before. It actually hurts quite a lot. So that's the eel there. There's his bit of bait down there that he's left behind. Gee, this guy's still so lively. That last guy, right from the get-go, just felt like a big weight. Didn't even know for a minute that he was still on, and then I thought, must be tangled in some weeds or something. No, he just didn't put up any fight. I don't know if he's too big and old to care. Okay, we'll try and get this guy off. I've forgotten my pliers today, so it's going to make it a little bit harder. See if I can use my scissors just to wedge that hook out. There we go. Let him go. This is what I was saying once before in another video. They always know exactly how to get back to the water. Wonder if he'll eat that fish on the way. No, it's not silly enough to do it twice. Okay, so after going through those 2 herring and getting them 2 nice eels, I'm actually going to swap back to just a couple of worms on a long shank with a sinker. Chuck that on the bottom out here somewhere. Go back over to the rapids and see if we can get a few more herring. Not going to put any more on for live bait today. Just like to mix it up. We've done that now. We've got a couple on the herring. So we'll swap out now and see what else we can get. Hopefully we can get a nice few bass, even a trout today would be great. Oh, plenty of herring about today. And again. And another small one. Still, like I said, if you've got some light gear, this can be a whole lot of fun. There we go. Another little one. Off he goes. He didn't even get our bait. Straight back out for another cast. They seem to be getting smaller and smaller. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let this guy go. He almost just put the other hook straight in my hand. I'm going to let him go. I'm going to cast these worms out into the middle and see if that makes any difference. Another little one there. Another one of the smallest of the day. Up in the rapids you go, mate. So I just went back to the rod on the bottom. Didn't even realise, but there's actually a fish on there. How funny. There's another bass for you. They're really looking nice and healthy, these bass in the river. Got a bit of a green tinge to them. I remember catching them a few years back and they'd always have a real bad brown sort of colour. The river used to be a fair bit more dirty, but after the floods and everything, really looking like a nice fish. Hopefully we can go out and get a few real big ones of these sometime soon. Well, I did say we'd be mixing up a few times today, so now we're going to try a cicada out on the surface and see if we can get a bass with that. try a few flicks over in that main pond. Okay, so I thought we'll just come back over to this pool and try a little bit along the edge of this structure here. I will try a few more deep diving lures and things next time we come back. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. I really hope I got that. I think I might have been a little bit off to the side. Actually got one on the cicada there. There you go. Awesome. Again. Wow. There you go. So if you are down the river, Nepean River, and it's quite a warm day, there will always be quite a few of these guys about. Quite a bit of fun to catch. Not so much on this rod, it's probably a little bit too big. Go. Well, we'll end the day there, guys. Another little herring. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.